that. I'm lying. Hey, welcome back to Monster Madhouse. We have a monster movie tonight, and we're gonna watch it right now with you, and whoa, and all of them. Hey, everybody's here.
They are.
Oh, the movie's on. It's the Creeping Terror. The Creeping Terror.
Scared?
You know why they call it the Creeping Terror?
Why?
Because it creeps, and it's terrible. Candy.
What?
I'm freaking out. Listen to this music. That usually means something's gonna happen. Because you'll notice in the monster movies, when the music starts getting crazy, it means that the monster's coming. You like monsters? Yes, he does. Look at that. Script supervisor. We ain't got none of that. A Monster Madhouse. What's a script?
I don't know anymore.
You don't know. What were you saying?
Creeping Terror.
No, the Creeping Terror.
Creeping Terror.
No, the Creeping Terror.
Creeping Terror.
That's it. Mr. Shiitake. Mr. Shiitake. So good to see you, Mr. Shiitake. It's very nice to see you here from Japan. Envoy with monster movies. Thank you. I see that you have brought, we're bringing in experts to show us what kind of monster this could possibly be. This is similar to the creature in this movie tonight. We're gonna need to send some people out in the field in disguise. That's why we've got MT Hunter here too. MT Hunter, come here, buddy. Ready to go undercover?
That's why I got the glasses on.
I didn't even recognize you.
See? That's
I
why.
didn't even recognize him. Did you?
No, I didn't.
Doesn't even look like him. Hey, hi. Do you like monster movies? No. I don't either.
It fits right in.
But look. The reason we show this movies like this is in case this really happens, you'll know what to do. You gotta watch the end of the movie, and then you'll know how they either kill or capture or get rid of the monster. And then you'll know. So always skip to the end of the movie. Public service? Public service announcement. Ding, ding, ding. That's right, we've got special guests coming in now. We're gonna watch this movie tonight. I want y'all to get comfortable around the TV screen here for a little bit to watch this movie. We're gonna do typical stuff that people do when they watch movies. We're gonna eat snacks, play with toys, do all this other stuff, and watch the movie. So let's cut into the first part of the Creeping Terror in Monster Madhouse.
Dead, honey. After driving all night. What time is it?
Almost 4:30. Almost dawn. We should be home in another hour.
This man's name is Martin Gordon. The lovely girl beside him is Brett, his bride of 2 wonderful weeks. It's late August, They're returning from their honeymoon to their home in quiet, peaceful Angel County, California. Martin's Uncle Ben is sheriff of Angel County, and Martin is his senior deputy. Martin has high hopes of succeeding his uncle when Ben retires. But for now, Martin has only the thoughts, emotions, and pride of a very happy newly married young man. Brett is his, and he feels no man could ask for more. And now, without warning, their honeymoon is to become a nightmare. Neither Martin nor Brett saw the glowing rocket descend in the early morning sky. It was reported to the sheriff's office by Jeff, the county forest ranger. Jeff reported to Sheriff Ben that a plane had crashed near Willow Creek and that he was going out to investigate. Ben said he would join him as soon as possible. Barney, Ben's junior deputy, was to summon medical aid and to see if he could rouse someone at the Air Authority in San Francisco.
Uncle Ben, honey. Must be an accident or something.
There's a plane crash down the road a couple of miles. I'm going to be a little short-handed till help gets here. Go around back of me. Come along, both of you.
Get in, honey.
At the location of the crash, they discovered Jeff's truck, but Jeff himself was not around. They proceeded with their investigation. They looked at the rocket in utter amazement. A puzzled Ben finally asked Martin what he made of the craft.
It's no airplane.
Could be one of our missiles.
Or one of theirs.
You could be right, honey. Don't think we have anything this big.
Ben could not understand why the craft wasn't severely damaged.
This hat belongs to Jeff Peters. Jeff! Jeff! Jeff, are you in there? Martin, go back to my car and get my flashlight.
Ben, don't go in there. You don't know what's in there.
I think I hear him moving inside. Maybe he's hurt.
Ben, please don't. Ben. Ben. Car 1, calling in. Car 1, calling in.
Within the hour, Martin's unusual call for assistance was answered by a special unit led by a Colonel James Caldwell.
Let's get going. Let's go. Let's go. Move it over. Let's get going. Let's go. All right, back on the truck. Let's go. Sergeant, take one man and check it out.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
sergeant reported seeing an amazingly large creature in the aft section of the strange craft. He further reported that it was secured by a kind of metal harness, but that the creature could still move around somewhat, and for that reason they had not gotten too close to it. There was no trace of either Ben or Jet. The colonel ordered continuous guard duty around the spaceship and decided to set up a temporary military headquarters at the sheriff's office in town.
And guess what? Come here. I think there's more people showing up. Isn't that crazy? Even more people are coming in. You hear that knock at the door? Zombart! It's Zombart! Hey, he's got friends with him. Who has he got with him? Zombart always brings extra people to these, you know. I think he's got Asperger's syndrome or something like that. He just doesn't know how to hear. Who are you?
I don't remember.
How many hands am I holding up? She doesn't even know who she is.
I think I'm Amish.
I think, look, does this look familiar?
I don't know. Yeah. That kind of looks like where I live, I think.
I think she's encountered the monsters. It's shock. It's shock. Here, stand over here. She's in shock. Zombart? It's not a zombie, is she? No. Okay, good. Bart. Let go. Zombart. It's all dressed up on his way to some kind of formal event, and tragedy struck in the midst of the zombie outbreak and all that, but he's civilized, so he kind of helps us figure all this stuff out. You know what, man? We're watching a movie, The Creeping Terror, on TV.
Creepy.
Come here, man. Come here. Stand. I want you to stand right here and watch this movie. Right here, man. The Creeping Terror. Now, can everybody see the movie? Really good? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Now, this movie was made in 1964, but it looks like 1957. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Who are you? Come here. Who?
Dead flapper.
She's a flapper. Are you flapping? That's why they call women flappers, because they're flapping. Now, you know what? Look at this. Give me a little one of these one time. Look at that. Wow. That's pretty cool. Now, you know what happens in these movies? These monsters always go after the women.
Oh, that's scary.
The monsters always go after the women. Always. And we've got some random kid just floating around on the set here tonight. You know, it's always good to have, but there's a danger that this monster might actually be floating around out in the woods.
Oh, that's creepy.
Pick your nose, I pick your nose, I pick your nose.
That is creepy.
That's right. So we might need to use you as monster bait to put you out there, you know. Yeah. To see that if we can lure this thing in. What? I don't understand. This is like. Anybody? Do you have the book?
It's Japanese.
The monsters usually do. What?
Dictionary.
We need. Did you have the book?
I had the book.
You had the book.
I had the book. Did I give it to you?
Come here for a second.
No, I don't.
Now you see. Now she looks like your typical victim in a horror movie. What happens is the monsters like to eat the women first because they have better parts to eat.
Yeah.
You know?
Makes sense.
And they smell better and they taste better. And plus,
Oh my God.
it gets them more out of trouble. Oh my God, what?
I'm creeped out.
Are you creeped out?
I am,
All right,
totally.
you sit right here. Don't be creeped out. It's going to be okay. But you know what? Let's cut into another couple of minutes of the movie. I'm going to go figure something out. I'll be right back.
By the next day, Colonel Caldwell had the situation well in hand. He had called Washington and received his orders from the highest possible authority. He was to maintain tight security and to await the arrival of a Dr. Bradford, who had been on assignment at the Jodrell Bank Radio Observatory in England. Upon arrival, Bradford was to take complete charge of the operation. He was the world's leading authority on space emissions and had worked out a series of systems that might lead to communication with other forms of life, when, as, and if they were contacted. Martin was outraged by the government's intellectual approach to a monster that had already killed and caused the disappearance of his two close friends. Caldwell tended to agree with him, but stated he had to follow his orders. One of those orders was to suppress the news of the death of Ben and Jeff. Martin was appointed temporary sheriff, and all news intended for public consumption was to emanate from his office. The Air Authority issued a cover-up story that a plane had crashed and burned, and this was to suffice until the experts cleared up the mystery of the visitor from outer space. In a remote section of the county, the first of a series of tragedies took place. Tragedies that would have been avoided had the public been warned. Later that day, while they were awaiting the arrival of Dr. Bradford, Martin instructed Barney, on advice from Colonel Caldwell, to plant in the local papers the news that Ben and Jeff had taken off on a fishing trip to British Columbia. The colonel had impressed the bereaved families with the necessity of maintaining secrecy, and these brave relatives had agreed. Despite Brett's inquiries about what Martin had seen in the spacecraft, he avoided specific details for fear of disturbing her more than she was. Known, Martin was more than a little disturbed himself. Shortly thereafter, Dr. Bradford arrived. He was a much younger man than one would imagine him to be.
Martin, I'd like for you to meet Dr. Bradford.
I've heard a lot about you from the colonel.
And nothing bad, I trust. Martin and his wife were in the original party that found the fallen craft.
I was sorry to hear about your uncle. It's a tough break. I hope you're feeling better.
Yes, thank you. A couple hours of sleep did a world of good.
Bradford thanked the colonel for his assistance and then asked to speak to Martin. Bradford questioned Martin about everything that had transpired. Martin did his best to recall everything in precise detail, but really didn't have much for him. The two soldiers that entered the rocket earlier had been summoned, and Bradford hoped to learn more from them. The doctor himself would not enter the rocket until the arrival of certain equipment. From his discussion, it was apparent that the doctor considered this situation a magnificent opportunity for mankind. He felt that if he could communicate with the creature, it might be possible to advance human knowledge by years or even centuries. The spaceship alone signified an intellectual development far in advance of anything on Earth. When Martin asked him how he intended to protect himself from the creature, Bradford said not to worry, that he hadn't come here to be victimized either by his own or the creature's fears.
Oh, hi, Barney. We'll be right out.
Well, that's all right. Just take your time.
Look at me. I'm a mess. Don't be impolite. If I get the drink.
Now you're talking, honey. What do you have, Barney? How about a bourbon and 7? Coming up. Would you get the 7, honey? Barney, you should try marriage. It would do wonders for you.
Barney and Martin had been bachelor buddies for years, but now that Martin was settling down to marriage, they were slowly drifting apart. Barney, naturally, was still dating all the girls in town, and he couldn't understand why Brett and Martin didn't pal around with him more than they did. He couldn't comprehend that married life brought with it not only new problems and duties, but the necessary togetherness of husband and wife as well. Despite Brett's most tactful considerations, such as inviting him over to dinner quite often, Barney was growing resentful of her, or at least she felt that he was. Since time began, this change in relationship has probably happened to all buddies in similar circumstances. Life has its way of making boys grow up, and with marriage, Martin's time had come. His life was now Brett, a life that he thoroughly enjoyed. The next morning, Betty Johnson, as usual, blew a goodbye kiss to her husband, but for the last time.
Poor baby. Let Mommy take your temperature. Poor baby. You'll feel better soon.
You know, that always happens to the women. But what we got to do, I have called in a specialist. We're going to paint some people's faces up to make you look like monsters, like they don't already look creepy enough. No, some part you don't know. Well, maybe. He wants some makeup back there in the back. Maybe, I don't know. Candy, you're already creepy enough. Lulu, we might get a little bit on you. You got a little something. You got something on your shirt there. You don't have a shirt on. How could you have something on her shirt when she got a shirt on? So anyway, you can see more of this stuff, you know, at monstermadhouse.com. You ever go on the computer? You have to watch YouTube. You see, the monster all picks people up and carries them like this. You know, especially the girl. Anyway, that's just an observation. But we're gonna bring in Master of Disguise, Desiree Velez.
Yes.
Where's she at?
Right here.
She's already in here. Hey, hey, hey! There she is. Where are they, Karen, too? Desi!
Yes, it's Desi with mystical smiles, and we're creating a heck of a woman lizard over there.
We got a woman lizard going
Oh,
on?
yeah, yeah. Because Godzilla needs a girlfriend. That's
We
all
have
I'm
got
saying.
disguise
Maybe he
already
won't be
underway.
so cranky then.
Wow. All right, we're going to help her bring in her table. Zombart, I need some help. I need some labor over here. What was your name again?
Spingali.
Spingali. He's lying. He just made that up.
Carefully lift this.
All right, we're going to bring in the table. Come with me. No, back here in the corner. Back. Look out. All right, just put that anywhere.
Wait.
Right about there. There we go. Oh, wait, no. The movie stopped. What happened? We lost signal. What's going on? What happened?
I'm going to have
We've
you
lost signal.
keep your eyes closed.
I didn't do nothing.
You did too.
I didn't do it.
did it.
Somebody did.
He always did it.
I didn't do it.
Always does it.
I didn't.
Grandpa, can I go for a walk?
All right, but stay close by. Bobby? 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 Bobby. Bobby. Help! 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 Help!
Within 48 hours, Dr. Bradford had closely examined the creature and the spaceship and reached a number of conclusions. He was sure the creature had come from beyond our solar system because it adapted to our environment so quickly, and no planet or dead star near us has conditions similar to the Earth. Of special interest to him was the hull of the ship. It was composed of an alloy unlike anything human science had ever encountered. The doctor had run a number of tests on the metal, but its molecular structure remained a mystery. Because there was no food on board, Bradford presumed the creature had been in a state of suspended animation, particularly because it had survived the trials of re-entry and impact without apparent harm. So far, he had no success in communicating with it, but he had not yet exhausted all possibilities. On a more subjective basis, he had the curious feeling that the creature did not want to communicate with him. Such a confession on the part of this eminent scientist made Martin feel quite apprehensive. While on a routine call to pick up instructions from Colonel Caldwell, Martin received an urgent message from Barney. Barney was at Willow Creek. He had responded to a phone call from a frantic Mrs. Brown. Her husband and grandson had gone fishing and were long overdue. Barney was instructed to organize a search party locally and to report the results to Martin. Because of security regulations, he was not to come near the area of the spacecraft. Martin said he would join Barney later if he could. Acting on a hunch, Martin decided to see for himself if the monster was still there. It was. Bradford had installed TV cameras inside the spaceship and was testing the creature's reactions to sound, light, electricity, color, and air pressure. When Martin asked him if he had any luck in communicating with the beast, Bradford confessed that he hadn't, but would try again when certain data was returned to him from computer processing. It was at this time that Bradford came up with a frightening theory, namely that the creature might be a product of engineering, the same engineering that built the spaceship. What he didn't understand was why some form of communication had not been built into the creature. When Martin asked him if this weren't something to worry about, Bradford said no. It was probably his own failing at not being able to establish communications. It seemed to Martin that if Bradford's theory were correct, humanity might be in grave danger. Bradford dismissed Martin's fears by pointing out that the creature was not exhibiting any signs of violence, and besides, it was firmly secured by the harness. That afternoon in Moncrief Park, a group of neighbors got together for a hootenanny.
Oh, she left me sad, but still I am happy. In fact, I am glad, for I am as free as that bird in the tree. 'cause she left me alone and could not marry me. I said that I loved her and would till I died. I tried to forget her, and I really did try, but I'll still think of her till the day that I die, 'cause I think
Back then.
Yeah.
So that right off the bat, it would have been kind of hard to even see a monster because they're black and white, you know. So
Camouflage.
But you see, now we're going to be going out there in full color. We got a full color monster out there somewhere. So, whoa, hey, what has she got going on over here? Let's take a look. Desi, tell us what you got going on here.
Well, we are creating a female lizard, and what we've done is we've done another set of eyes over her eyelids.
Wow.
Just starting to paint these in, and I go in, I highlight them so they look like they're actually sparkling. We're gonna add some patterns to her skin so she has a reptile skin, and it'll add more dimension to her, and then she's gonna look pretty creepy when we're done. It's gonna be awesome.
Wow. Is that, what if there's a mistake? Would that be erectile dysfunction? And who are you? This is Brittany Renee. Brittany Renee, I've seen you I've seen you on Facebook, haven't I? She's a model. You know, you got to be careful because you know what monsters like? You. They like you for lunch. You got to keep an eye on her, Lulu. Okay, I want you to stand over here and keep an eye on her.
Oh, careful, sweetie.
And maybe a foot too, if she gets out of out of line here. Here, come back here and just you can kind of blend in. Now, wow, you got quite an assortment of goodies here.
Yeah, we're gonna start to add some depth here to her skin.
Wow, some depth to the skin, yes.
Yeah.
Add some depth to the skin, that's always good.
Because you know, lizards are slimy.
Not always.
Shiny.
Only if you soak them in butter first.
Can Takashi take a look?
And actually, lizards can be very beautiful up close. You can actually see different colors blend.
Go ahead, Mr. Shiitake. Have a
Shimmering
look.
light.
Don't block the camera, though. You're blocking camera. Camera right behind you. You're blocking camera. Pay attention. Freaking idiots.
She look like
Japanese. How do you
kabuki.
You drive like this too?
Japanese kabuki.
Here, look out for a second. We got the guy from the front desk here. Cameras are still rolling. We got the technical side here at the television station. We have technical experts that come and set all this stuff up for us. That's why it looks so good all the time. Hi, and this kid, I don't know. Somebody check the milk carton and see if you know who this kid is. But she apparently likes monster movies. You know, you got to get kids' opinions too. Now we'll have the movie back up in a second. But in the meantime, we're running out of time because they kick us out of the TV station at a certain time. And we just got to get out. You know, there ain't no two ways about it. Monsters or not.
Create two types of skin texture. Sort of a snake texture on one side and a reptilian texture on this. It's going to look awesome.
Hey, turn around and give the audience a big smile there, Desi. Okay, you see this woman coming, you know what? She's going to do some great face painting at your party, or at your party, or even if you have a party. You know, you should check out her website. What is your website?
It's www.mysticalsmiles.com.
Mystical, that's what I thought it was. I knew that. Didn't you already know that?
I knew it. I don't think you knew it.
See, you should have told me. I thought that okay.
I think he's lying too.
Now, so this movie is pretty graphic, which means there's a lot of people getting eaten by monsters. And there's a whole lot of good leg shots in this movie too. All those 1960s short skirts and the monsters eating a woman.
Those 50s babes.
You know, they always eat them face first, head first, to kind of shut them up first.
Kind of like gingerbread men, you just bite their heads off, right?
Yeah, I see how you are. I see how you are. But now, technical, wait, what do we got going on here? Look at that. We got yellow. We got yellow. So we've got one of the colors of the spectrum. Now what we're gonna do Where's, what's his name? What's his face? MT Hunter. Come around here to the front, in the middle for a second. I'm gonna have you. Yes, you. You got is that a real cigarette there? There he is.
I'm in disguise.
Yeah. And Candy. Come here, Candy.
You send me out with her, I'm not coming back.
Well, that's what you got to be careful of because she's dangerous. Oh, look at that part. Oh, look, here's where the monster eats a girl. Look at this. Look at that. She's like, oh no, stop. Don't stop. Oh, wait, where's the part? Here we go. Look,
I've heard that a lot.
There she goes. She's like, throws herself into the jaws of the monster. She's like, eek, help me.
Oh, sure. We're always throwing ourselves into the jaws of the monster.
When I was a kid and I saw this part, look at that. It's just chewing her up, man. It's just slurping her right down. Gulp, gulp. Yeah.
I was single.
Look at that. Yeah, yeah. Back in the day, that's how we used to do it.
That's right.
That's how you take care of a date.
Yeah, that's right.
In the
That's what
60s.
you call eating right there.
Oh,
Good
yeah,
eating.
look at that. Oh yeah, down to the foot, and she's still got her shoe on. You usually got to use your nostril hair to flip those shoes off. There you go, there goes the foot. Yep, she's a goner. She's a goner. That would be a heck of a way to go, is to get eaten by a monster and become monster poop. What a way to end up,
Well,
Mr. Shiitake.
Yeah,
It'd be bad, yeah. So I know
Dog
you-
movie. Who are you?
Oh, I know. Start
Where?
talking about poop, and the Japanese
Where
guy
goes
sticks his
up?
nose in there. He wants to know all about that, don't you?
Which monster is it?
No, we don't have a blue tarp here today. No, we're not doing any of that kind of movies. This is a monster movie. But I want you guys to go out. Apparently, they've snared a monster out near the front gate.
Okay.
And I want you guys to gently lead him in here. And we're just going to try to keep him calm. I don't think this is from one of these space trips, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. So I want you guys to head out this way, and here I'll let you out the door, and we'll go find the monster. All right.
What is it?
You stay there. Stay calm.
In response to a multiple missing persons report, Martin and Barney searched the countryside for the group of picnickers. The only trace they found of them was the remains of a guitar one of them carried. This wholesale disappearance of a large group of people, coupled with earlier missing persons reports, led Martin to only one conclusion. There must be another monster, and it was on the loose. The colonel listened to Martin's theory and, after consulting with Bradford, decided to call Washington. He was told to follow his own good judgment, but under no circumstances was he to alarm the populace. The colonel decided to organize a county-wide search. Martin's assignment was to search the north end of the county. While Martin and Brett were engaged by the search, the Munster was moving toward the community dance hall.
of that guy.
And we'll just frame it just right here. All right, here you go. And it stays on pretty good. You can kind of feel the gravity of it. You might need to grab onto it a little bit every now and then.
Yeah, I got
Sorry, sweetie. All right, cool. All right, go to camera 2.
Jerry, watch that front wheel on camera 1. Right, camera 1. The other camera.
Camera 1?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, make some space for the monster coming in.
Camera 1. The other camera.
So in the meantime, in between takes, this is what we do. We don't know what we're doing. We're just letting the time run. Obviously, you girls aren't very freaked out by the monsters, are you? I mean, what scares you the most in a movie? Like, what scares you?
Not much, actually.
Okay, what scares you?
Take the small fry and take the small
Ooh,
fries.
so you're freaked out right now, aren't you? Yeah.
Pretty much.
Look at her. He's scared.
Yeah.
What scares you?
Vampires.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. It works with vampires. Wow, look at that.
Be careful you don't touch your face, for obviously. So, can she...
That is so awesome. Dang.
She's scared.
Look at her hair. Oh!
She's scared.
Look at her hair. She's terrified. Yeah. Ah, that's funny. Now, what are you going to do now? Now, you know when the cops pull you over on the way out of here, what are you going to say? Yes.
I'm looking for my mate.
Right.
This is way before the...
Oh, that's a good one.
Are you a mini vampire?
She's a ghost or something.
I don't know what I am.
No,
So I'm just like, I just have amnesia, I guess.
How about maybe a specter? Could you be a specter? You don't know?
Spectre.
What do you know? What scares you in real life?
Right here. Are you ready?
Besides
Count to
me.
3.
I know.
1.
You don't scare me. Not much scares me.
3.
Now, reptiles, of course, they eat live food. For a healthy diet, you're supposed to eat like raw food and live food.
Raw fish. Your boat's made out of wood. You really can't light a fire, so
Yeah, that's
kind of
true.
gotta eat raw fish.
We found Candy in the dumpster of a toy store. And the wonderful thing about her is we immediately knew, what does she eat? Candy. So that's why. You can actually pull her head back and candy comes out. You can eat it too, but she won't let anybody have any. God. Look at this guy. Whoa! 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 Oh, hey, he's mellow. He's nice. I like him. He's nice. He's a good boy. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? No, who's a good boy? Ah, who's a good boy? He's a good boy. Oh man, look at that. It's a monster. What are you gonna name him? Poopy. Your name is Poopy. Duh. She named you Poopy. His name is Poopy. You got my monsters like to eat kids too. Now there is a baby in the movie. The monster does not eat the baby.
No.
The monster doesn't eat the baby. Come here, Lucy. Is this what you saw outside?
The monster?
Is that him?
I think so.
Freaked you out a little bit there?
He ate my car keys.
He ate your car keys. Were they good? He's a good boy. Look at him.
Am I going to get them back by the end of the day, you think?
I think we'll get him back probably a little bit later. We'll have to check his.
Sanitize him.
We'll have to check his litter box. You know, technically, monster dung is a little bit more sanitary than human dung. Monsters don't eat fast food at McDonald's, so they're usually eating organic material. It's fertilizer. Pretty much what it is, you know? He's a good boy. Look at him. Look at him. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? He's a good boy. He's cute. He's, oh, I'm sorry. Did I step on your thing?
That Clipping Taylor?
Yes, this is the Clipping Taylor. Come here. Mr. Shiitake, who's an expert on Japanese monsters.
Oh, like him.
Yes. Now, of course, the Japanese monsters are much bigger. See, in America, the monsters aren't always so big.
In
in the last 10 minutes, he grows.
He grow? Really?
Yes, always happens.
He's gonna glow? What do you mean he's gonna glow?
He's going to glow. At the last 10 minutes of the show,
He's
he
gonna
will glow.
He's
and
gonna
offer man
glow.
flavor.
He's gonna grow.
He's gonna glow. You said what?
He's gonna grow.
He's gonna grow.
They
Oh.
don't have the R
Oh, they
sound
the
in
monsters
Japan.
don't. What is that? There's a thing.
Some Viagra. Yeah.
No, not that kind. No. We don't want to do that.
That glitch that stole my hubcap.
Glitch? No, it's not a glitch. It's a monster. Yeah. So, what do you guys think about this? Pretty harmless, huh?
Can we keep him?
I think we'll see. We have to see what he does to the furniture first.
He doesn't shed, so I think. Yeah.
What is it?
While Martin and Brett were taking a break from the search, a call came through which confirmed Martin's theory. Colonel Caldwell told them of the monster's attack at the dance hall. His troops now had orders to destroy the monster, and he asked for Martin's assistance. Martin said he would join the colonel as quickly as possible. The monster next appeared in Lover's Lane. Anyone who experienced that catastrophe and survived would never go there again.
God.
What is it?
Of course, you guys keep this monster entertained over here, okay? Just keep an eye on him. And if he poops or anything, just leave it there for now. 'Cause we're looking for her keys. Now back over here, she's still working. Look at this, it's coming along really good, man. Look at her face. Wow. She's got little sparklies and wow. Let's get a close-up of that. Where's our camera guy, Vince? Where's Vince, our lead camera? Hey, Vince, camera guy with the 3D camera. Vince Wilson, ladies and gentlemen, camera guy. Let's have the clap. The clap. Get some close up. Look at his face on her, man. She was pretty hot before. Now she's like even hotter.
The clap or the clap?
Well, it's Japanese language would be the clap.
The crapping now?
No, crapping. That's right. Crap.
Everybody crapping.
Everybody crapping.
Yeah.
Good. Crap, yeah.
Good evening, heavy body.
Yes, heavy body. Now, you, of course, are a vampire, right?
Yes.
Yes. Let me see your teeth. They haven't grown in yet. How can? That's what I like about these young.
I'm not hungry right now.
These young vampires. She's not hungry right now. Oh, hey. So Now, when you turn into a bat, what happens to your clothes?
Well, they
Let Mommy take your temperature.
change with me. They just
Really?
vanish. They're like kapoof.
I've always wondered how that happens.
Yep. And then they come back when, of course, I decide to
She right. She
go
got
vamp
naked.
again.
Hey, look at her. Here, monster. Here, get her. Get her. Go on, get her. He's gotta get her. He's gotta get her. No. Ah! These monsters, boy, they get riled up when they see food. Especially not if it's seafood. Now, you're good with animals and stuff.
Yes, of course.
And of course, I see you got the little specimen here. Now,
Oh, I see 2 dump rings.
dump rings, yes, she always carries those with her. It's a distraction. It's what women do. That's why most of these monsters you're going to find out in these flicks are female. Especially the ones that are really diabolical are usually the females. If it's a male monster, it's usually easily defeated and it's done with pretty quick, and they trigger, it falls in a hole or something like that. But you ride horses and stuff, right?
I do.
Do you think this would be possible? What do you call it when you get a horse that where it can wear the saddle and ride it?
Break.
Yeah, could you break something like that?
I possibly could.
You'd probably ride it around. I don't know how fast you would go, though. But,
I would need my spurs.
yeah. Oh, I don't think he likes that. That would mean like this sharp things you kick into their sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, we still haven't seen his eating habits yet.
No.
Unlike the eating habits of the monster in this movie, you know what it likes to eat? Women. Here comes a scene right now. It's gonna eat this woman. She's putting the clothes up on the clothesline over here. Here, Desiree,
Yes, sir.
you ever hang the clothes on the clothesline? You know, out in the back?
Yes.
Well, look at this scene in this movie here. They're getting ready to, she's hanging up the laundry. I guess who comes around the corner?
The monster.
Monster. I guess what the monster does.
Eats her.
You're right. I thought you were going to say it finishes the hanging of the laundry. No, it knocks it all down. No regard for any of this stuff. But yeah, the lizard face is coming along really good. We're going to have to, seeing as we've already caught the monster, we'll have to see what kind of reaction we get. And I could tell from looking at him over there, he is a male. So we're going to get some kind of crazy reaction out of it. You know what happens? I mean, maybe you don't know what happens.
I click him in the bar.
You click him in the bars? Don't click him in the bars, whatever you do. That could be bad. Now, tell you what, let's watch this scene from this movie, man. This is pretty intense right here. Here comes the monster. Everybody get down. So they all get down. What a bunch of freaks. All right, everybody stand up. All right, everybody get down. Here it comes, ready? Down. Here it comes. Oh, there he goes.
Man, look at the speed. Look at the speed. Man.
Hold on, this is turn this off.
Don't run.
I'm turning that off.
Whatever you do, just
Oh, man.
Okay.
But see, the baby is like, wow, man, tragedy. The woman is gone.
He's saying, Mommy's stupid. That's what
Not one bite missed.
made me have kryptonite.
Kryptonite, none of that's going to work. Gone. Nothing left. Not even a crumb. All right, you can all stand up now. Ready up.
It's
There you
just
go.
aloe vera gel with it.
Wow, pretty intense. Pretty intense. Now, of course, these monsters are also trained in combat. Watch this. See, look at this. They can fight. Look at that. They can fight. Hey, look at that. They can fight. Hey, over here. All right, chill. Sit. All right, there he goes. Good boy. It's a good boy. Who's a good boy? He's a good boy. Bad boy. Got to keep telling him that.
No, he's a good boy.
Now, the Sleeping Terror. Of course, this movie was made by, what was the guy's name who made this movie? Desiree?
I have no idea.
That's not the guy's name. Something like that. I will have to check the credits again, but it's a bunch of people. You never saw any of these people in any other movies ever again, except maybe the army guys. You know, the guys. You haven't. I don't want to give away too much of the story, but the army ends up getting called out on this. You know, I've always wondered too. What if there is a monster emergency and you're going to pick up the phone? How do you call the Air Force? You know, I've always wondered that. How do you call like the Army? You know, send over some tanks because there's a monster. I've looked in the yellow pages.
Did you go through the red pages?
The red
phone?
pages, the red phone.
The red phone.
The red with the button.
Yes, with the button
That's
that
the
says Army.
that's the Batman and Commissioner Gordon.
No, I thought that was the...
You mean you don't call animal control?
Animal control. It's an idea, but no, I mean seriously, to call the Army. Hey, Zombart, come here, buddy. Now, The Walking Dead has never seen anything as terrifying as Zombart. Now, imagine this guy versus what's his name, Daryl. You guys watch The Walking Dead? Pretty funny. Actually, I like the show after it better, the Talking Dead. It's even better. It's a soap opera about zombies. Pretty crazy, pretty dramatic. Now, hey, I want you to go and find me a telephone somewhere. Find somebody, check everybody for a telephone. We need a phone. I'm gonna make a call. In the meantime, while you're waiting on us to figure out what we're doing, you can go to monstermadhouse.com and see all kinds of more useless garbage that we put online. Zombart is out looking for a phone.
On air.
He goes out the door back there. Where's he going? Zombart! Oh, he's hit himself in the head with the, oh my God. There he goes.
He's okay.
He's all right. You see, that's the thing, though, these zombies, you gotta watch their heads, because if they get a brain injury, they're gone. Let's see how it's going over here with the face paint to the skies.
Voila.
Looking good. Wow. Oh my God. She's looking pretty hot.
Now, if you take a look at her long tongue.
Ooh, I'm digging her long tongue.
I told you he
Look at that.
would.
Stick out your tongue. Oh, she already is. Look at that. Ooh, that's crazy. Wow. Let me
So
see,
we
let me
have
see your
our-
hand. Are you married? Oh, wow, look at that. That is pretty cool.
What do you think, little Dino Man? What do you think?
Come here, boy. Come here, take a look. Come here, take a look. Come here. There, now. Hold still. Listen. He's sniffing her. He's smelling her. He's smelling her. Oh, yeah.
That's your big sister. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, back off. Back off. Get back. Get back. Get back. Oh, God. There comes the red pencil. Let's cut back to the movie. The Creeping Terror. We'll be back in a few minutes. Oh, my God. Put that thing away. Somebody give me my electric thing that we're going to zap them with.
It was almost an hour before Caldwell learned of the monster's devastating new attack. Colonel Caldwell wasted no time ordering his men into action. It was at this point that Bradford interceded. He demanded that the monster be taken alive at all costs. The colonel's protests about the dead and missing made no impression on Bradford. Caldwell conceded to the point of assuring Bradford that they would not destroy the monster if they could avoid it.
Get on with it, Lieutenant. Blow it out, man.
When Martin's party arrived and offered to help, the colonel told them enough lives were being endangered. They were to be part of the second line of defense, to be used only if necessary. sergeant, a shaken man, returned babbling about what had happened. Caldwell, realizing the full danger of the situation, decided he had only one means left to stop the monster: grenades. Now Bradford made a drastic move. Acting on his superior authority, he forbade Caldwell to destroy the creature. The colonel, more concerned with saving human lives than advancing science, told Bradford to go to hell.
Get out of my way.
Out of control.
Oh no.
Down.
He's going after
Down.
this woman.
Hey, what
This is my
All
mini
down.
monster.
Down. There's a good boy. Come on, come out in front.
Come on.
All right, now lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. He's a good boy. Lay down. There he goes. Lay down. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Come on, somebody scratch his belly.
He just wants his little tummy.
Scratch his belly. Yeah, there he goes. That's not his belly. No. All right, he's a good boy.
Look at me, look at me.
That's a good boy.
To do your eyes.
All right, now, hopefully he's asleep. Woo! Oh, man, what did I just step in? Oh, God, it's monster shit. Oh, I mean, poop. What did I? Oh, man. Oh, come on, get the cleanup detail. Where's the, Zombart? Go get the mop. You see, they never show that in the Japanese kaiju movies as when do they clean up the monster poo?
I see it better on poop.
You know?
Very big.
And it's got like skulls in it and hands sticking out and pieces of buildings and all this other stuff. So it's nasty business.
Radioactive, too.
You're radioactive. You can actually pick up radio with it, radio waves. Who let the spider in? Get rid of the giant It's not cute. It's a spider. It'll come back.
I'm painting your boy.
Candy. You look good.
Thank you.
You got any candy?
Now we're gonna.
Yeah, Zombart, clean this up. Yeah. Oh man, look at that. Oh man. Gag reflex. Oh my God. Going out there and inspect the monster MT, Hunter. Take a look at this thing.
Take a look at his thing? I'm not looking at his thing.
Don't look at his thing. Take a look at this thing.
You want me to circumcise?
Time for a rectal exam.
Oh, we found the...
Oh, we found the keys. Look at that. Here, let her through. She's coming to get her keys. There you go. That's not. Are those yours?
No, these aren't mine.
Those aren't your keys?
It's someone else's keys.
Oh no! Keep looking.
I'm glad I
Let me see, baby.
Sorry, use your mind.
The keys to the ghost ship. Yeah, he's crashed out now. Now, you'll notice in this movie, the monster, unlike in the 50s movies, the monster will come along and pick the girl up and carry her off to his lair.
That's a nightmare.
To do things to her.
That's a nightmare.
Creature from the Black Lagoon never killed the woman, no. He wanted her for other things. First, he wanted her bikini. She went in swimming, and the monster hand comes over and it's like taking the bikini, like, num, 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 num. But it always carries the woman off, and in this movie though, the monster gets right down to business and just right down the hole, right down the old pie hole.
Go up the hole.
Go up the hole. It kind of doesn't go up. I don't know.
When do we go?
But yeah, here, let me show you the demonstration here. Stand up.
Why am I getting this feeling?
Now, the monster.
That's why I'm getting this feeling.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
What did you eat for lunch? Now the monster will now scream like a victim. Go ahead, scream.
Oh my God! Help! Help!
I think I'm going to take her back to the lab and do some experiments. We'll be back in a minute on Monster Madhouse.
Forestation.
Where's he going in such a hurry?
Maybe you'd better follow him. He may need help.
You go ahead, Mark. I'll stay with Carl.
The explosion loosened the harness on the monster and allowed it to escape. Martin tried to help the doctor, but there was no time. Bradford told Martin what he had just confirmed, that these monsters were highly specialized test animals. They were, in fact, mobile laboratories that consumed human beings in order to analyze them chemically, undoubtedly to detect weaknesses in the human species. He told Martin that the information fed into a computer in the spacecraft. Further, he added, now that both monsters were dead, the computer would activate a transmitter to send the results into outer space. Martin knew what he had to do. As Martin entered the spaceship, he heard the transmitter generator kick on. The super tough alloys of the strap were not even dented by Martin's hammering. As the transmitter stopped, Martin felt sick. Evidently, all the information had been transmitted. On Martin's return, he confessed his failure. He slowly asked Bradford what was in store for humanity. Bradford was pessimistic, but implied that maybe all was not lost. After all, he told them, the vastness of the universe is incredible. If these monsters had come from its outer limits, their home might even no longer exist. Or if they do come again, perhaps man will have advanced enough to cope with them and those who made them. Only God knows for sure, were Bradford's last words to anyone on this earth.
Okay, boss. Woo!
I don't drink, but
Oh, that was awesome. Thank you. That was great. Woo! Yeah, let's get him back up. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. Let's get him. Come on, boy. Here you go, boy, Harry. He's back up. He's done with his nap.
Can you close your
Woo!
eyes?
I'll tell you what. I think he's hungry now. All right, girls, you better all girls get up on the riser. This is getting crazy now. I'm gonna have to teach this monster a lesson.
Look at the cute little devil we have.
Oh wait, look at this! Wow! Look at her, man.
Cute little devil.
Wow, Desi, you did that fast.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, do that again.
It's a monster.
Oh, that monster doesn't give a crap. He wants to eat her. Hold on, Captain. Come here. I'm gonna need your help. Right now, I want you to hold him back. Well, I'm gonna bait her up, get him a little upset. Hey, let's get this monster on fire now. Come on, boy. You hungry? Let's see. You do eat people, don't you? Yeah, you do. Look at him. Come on. Let's get her. No. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait, look. Oh, God. Shut off this time. Smells like baloney in here. Boom. Oh, the phone. Hurry. I'm calling the cops. It's time to get out of here. Thanks for watching Monster Madhouse, the Cream Big Terror. That's a wrap.
All right, picture time.
Bye. We get a group picture?
Group picture.
All right, just get everybody in camp on the riser. Hey, you stand
The
up here with the
cameraman. Big round button.
knock your mic off. Good night.
Yeah, it's hanging off your leg.
Whoa.
On a hot night when the full moon is shining bright, something's not right. The water boils in the sea. I hear the monster crying out, what can it be?